Los Angeles, California is the scene for the Grizzlies. Ja Morant and Jaren Jackson, the foundational pieces, looking to set the tone as they get ready to go in their game against the Clippers. Grizzlies, Clippers. We'll be right back after this. Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. Also joining us from the sidelines, David Aldridge. And a look at the block shot number over the last few seasons for Jaren Jackson.
The blocks just aren't coming for him nearly as much as they were a few years ago. I think he's lost a little something in terms of that intimidation factor and that ability to change a game with his interior defense, and that's too bad.
And the starting group for the Grizzlies. We've got Desmond Bane. Jackson is out there with Edey. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Wells in at the 3. And for the Clippers, we'll see Powell and Leonard play in the forward spots. Chris Dunn is out there with Harden. And it's Zubats in at the pivot, manning the middle. Well, we are quickly reaching the end of the regular season. Doris, are you as excited as I am for the playoffs coming up?
Definitely, Kevin, and I know it's on the players' and coaches' minds. It's right there waiting for us. But let's remember, the most mature teams, the best teams, recognize games are still to be played. You cannot let the playoffs distract you from what's in front of your face.
Oh, very difficult to just stop Kawhi inside. He's a powerful player who commits to his attacks.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
76% at the stripe for him thus far this season.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for him. Doris, recently the Clippers relocated their G League team, bringing basketball back to the city of San Diego.
Kevin, I absolutely love this because San Diego gets its first NBA representation since 1984. And yes, it's great for the city itself, but it's also a smart move by the NBA. You are tapping into an untouched market.
Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard. Doris, with what he's done in the NBA, Kawhi Leonard seems to be a lock for the Hall of Fame.
I agree, Kevin, and the reason is he's got a couple of championships under his belt. More importantly, he's got individual awards, All-NBA, Defensive Player of the Year. And he's been able, in the most leveraged moments of a season, to be the focal point for his team, and that's a big driver of Hall of Fame status.
Good find from Bane, proving that he's a total team player.
Pass to Powell. Leonard with the ball. Zubats a screen on Jackson. Leonard, that's for 2. The Grizzlies pull it in. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Blazers.
And really, I thought what was the difference in that game, offensive rebounding, or the lack thereof, a lot of one-and-dones in that game.
You know, if you're going to create more points, you need to create extra possessions, and getting wiped out on the boards kept that from happening.
Striking fast inside. Bane isn't going to miss a chance at a look like that.
Back to Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
There is an imagination, a creativity. This guy's passing drives the offense.
Kennard kicks to Jackson. Back to Kennard. Jackson a screen on Harden. Kennard for 3. Buries it from three-point range.
Well, Luke Kennard's bread and butter, right? The lethal outside shooter who doesn't need much space.
Outside Leonard. And the rejection by Jackson.
Boy, having a hard time making shots. Just 1 for 4 to start this game.
And don't sleep on Baines' ability to go right to the rack. That'll happen more often than not.
Clippers trail by 5. And Tyronn Lue calls timeout. Looking for a breather. And maybe just 1 or 2 things to talk about. And the Clippers making a change here. Jones is checked in. And while we have a chance, here are the teams that have swatted away the most shots this season. In third, the Grizzlies.
I mean, terrific rim protection. I mean, they rotate and help on the inside as well as anybody. And, of course, you want to keep offenses on the outside shooting jump shots, and that continues to be the goal.
Harden finds Jones. And here's Leonard. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in, misses from short range.
Right now trying to get into a rhythm, but so far this quarter, boy, he is struggling to make anything go down.
Pass to Powell, and the dunk by Powell.
Woo-hoo, the leaping ability of Norman Powell. Throw it down, sir.
Memphis leading by 3. Here's Edey. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Jackson setting the pick here for Bane. Misses the 3. The Clippers have gone 2 of 6 from the field. Leonard kicks to Zubats. Here's Harden. That one's in, his first shot this game.
We know this about James Harden. If you want to force him to that in-between game, he is more than happy and content to take mid-range jumpers.
Here's Edey. Nothing on the board. Memphis shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. Free throw good. Edey. Simmons checked in for the Clippers. Ja Morant, he's checked in for Memphis. And he can't hit the second. The Clippers trail. Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Well, Tyronn Lue and I had a few minutes to share. Well, of course, they're concerned about the dynamic Ja Morant. Coach told me the plan is simple. Make things as hard as they can on Ja on both ends of the floor. Make him work on defense, and by crunch time, maybe we can tire him just a little bit. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. Clock at 2. Jackson from long range. The Grizzlies with another miss. Powell against Morant. Powell, that's good. Powell's got his second bucket tonight.
Put it on the deck, get by the defender. Norman Powell on the dribble drive. Okay, I see you.
We've got a timeout called by Taylor Jenkins. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. For the Clippers, Ivica Zubats has checked in for James Harden. And it's Bogdan Bogdanović in for Powell. The Grizzlies also changing it up. Brandon Clark, he's checked in for Edey. Santi Aldama comes in for Wells. And Pippen subbed in for Kennard. And Simmons has got the ball here for the Los Angeles Clippers. Their last meeting was in this building where they were able to come out on top.
And they got the better of this matchup last time with their defensive pressure and the ability to force turnovers.
Yeah, I thought the giveaways were a tremendous factor. They were taking some chances on D, jumping in the passing lanes, that sort of thing, and it really paid off for them.
Well, this is how you use the pick and roll. Morant looking like a vet with the sweet dime there.
And here's Leonard from 3. Nailed from three-point land. Leonard's got 7 points.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Outside for Pippen. Jackson passes to Morant. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
Not to be outstaged, Morant saying right back at you.
Outside, Simmons. A three from Bogdanovich. Hits the three-point bomb.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
And you would expect nothing less from these two, taking pride and making plays.
At the end of one, both teams putting up some points. Clippers ahead. They finish off the first quarter on a 14-6 run. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Los Angeles.
And, guys, they've done a great job feeding their bigs inside. They are just punishing the opposition in the paint.
Yeah, and what an excellent display of passing in the early stages of this game. A good deal of their points coming directly off quality passes.
So with Harden on the bench, here's who Tyronn Lue's going with. Jones and Zubac make up the 4 and the 5. Simmons is out there with Bogdanovich. And it's Coffey in at the small forward. Now here's Jackson. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. And it's Morant missing.
And that's where you want to make the next pass. This guy is a good scorer, but the defense was right on him.
Greg, you look at today's point guards, so many different types that can be effective.
And there's a lot more freedom for point guards to kind of explore the parameters of their game. Sometimes it's steadying an offense. Other times it's to ignite it.
Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
Say what you want about Ben Simmons and sometimes the challenges he has on the offensive end. He is a hard-playing defensive force who has windows of opportunity where he contributes offensively.
So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. The Grizzlies trail by 4. Jackson with it. Outguarded by Simmons. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Looking now at some numbers for Zubac. Since the All-Star break, he has been superb. He's putting up about 20 points per game, 12 rebounds, and 2 assists. And what an impact he makes for them on that offensive end.
Right, he can do a little bit of everything for this team, and it shows when you look at the scoreboard.
That one is off. This time's checked in for Ben Simmons. He hits the second from the line. Clippers leading by 3. Now here's Dunn. Still scoreless. Pass to Zubac. Over Clark. And he wills that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron.
Yeah, that's Zubac just carving out space with that big frame.
Dunn against Morant. And there's the whistle. That goes on Chris Dunn. That's his first foul. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Aldama finds Bane. Memphis moving that ball around. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
And it's only their first turnover here, so they've done a great job of protecting the rock.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Now here's Morant. Checking some stats on him right now. He's averaging just around 22.5 points a game. Makes a fantastic move and nails the shot. Morant's got 5 points so far.
Morant using that quickness to his advantage. That time he gets that one to fall.
Greg, with how explosive Ja Morant is, he has certainly taken his fair share of awkward falls.
And that's what worries you with guys like that. He's already had a number of injuries in his young career, but we all just want to see him at full health.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, DA?
Kevin, the Clippers are intent on winning big. Coach Tyronn Lue said half of it is great talent, and I think half of it is execution. When you get to the playoffs, it's a whole different animal. We got to be 100% execution with our talent. That makes for a dangerous team. Kevin?
Very dangerous. All right, David. And Tyronn Lue calls timeout. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. And the Clippers making a change here. Leonard's checked in. Edey's checked in for Memphis. Luke Kennard comes in for G.G. Jackson. Quarter two and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Jones finds Zubac. Down against Morant. Just 5 to shoot. Bogdanovich sets the pick for Leonard. Offline with his 3. The Grizzlies trail by 6. Morant outside. Here's the teardrop. And the rejection by Zubac. Edey gets the bucket.
And this is something Morant does well. His knack for knowing when to make that feed is impressive.
Now, here's Zubac. Against Cleveland, he was really on his game. Dunn looking over the floor. Morant with some nice D.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
And a chance now to take a look at some numbers for Bogdanovich.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
First free throw is good.
Already an MVP caliber talent, Morant is all about continuing to get better, as well as competing for titles.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Simmons checked in for Zubac, and it's Harden in for Bogdanovich. Memphis also making some changes. Jaren Jackson's checked in for Santi Aldama, and Wells is subbed in for Bane.
Well, this guy has multiple ways to get to the free throw line, and boy, has his stroke been on the money.
Here's Leonard. Up again. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Clippers lead by 4.
Yes, he has the size, but you also have to be willing to be alert and active on the offensive glass. Ben Simmons, always a willing participant.
Now here's Morant. 7 points in the game. Nails the baby hook. Morant's got 6 in the quarter.
They are just killing him on the interior.
Outside, Simmons. To the inside. Kawhi taking no chances.
Kawhi Leonard reminding folks he's still got a vertical. Look out.
Pass to Edey. Now, here's Kennard. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Chris Dunn picks one up. This is his first free throw of the game. And the first one at the line is good.
Obviously, Luke Kennard, a guy known for his shooting ability. The southpaw, capable of stretching the floor and doing major damage from downtown.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Ivica Zubac has checked in for Simmons, and Norman Powell subbed in for Jones. Both free throws good from Kennard.
Well, shooting will always have its place in the modern NBA. Kennard, big-time value because he shoots at about 40% from deep.
Pass to Leonard. Fires from 14. He can't get that one to fall.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Now Jackson. Jackson is doubled. Out to Morant. No good. That would have tied it. And here's Dunn. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Coming into this, having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
Well, you saw how dialed up they were from distance. The defense just couldn't get out to everyone.
And that explains their three-point percentage. They had more than a few players giving the defense absolute fits from range.
Morant outside. Puts it up. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Clippers lead by 4. Had a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Kawhi, you have grown so much offensively throughout your career. What's the focus of that end of the floor?
Just knocking down open shots, my ball handling, making good decisions off the pick and roll, and just try to limit my turnovers.
And you've done well so far, Kawhi. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
Hello and welcome. Before we take a look at the action from the first half, a brief overview of some upcoming games.
This stretch could break their season, but it could also make their season if they step up.
When I was playing, I like these kind of games, to tell you the truth.
So let's move on now to this Grizzlies game, which has turned out to be a tight one.
Oh, their defense tonight looks like Swiss cheese, holes everywhere. Poor effort like this should be a wake-up call from anyone on the team.
So what kind of cheese do you want them to play like, Shaq? Maybe a nice manchego or camembert?
No, Ernie. American cheese.
And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
The Grizzlies trail by 4, so the Grizzlies 5 right now. Jackson is out there with Edey. Then there's Wells. Then there's Desmond Bane. And it's Kennard in at the point. Now here's Bane. Count it. Bane's got 6.
And Bane likes using his strength on those physical plays, proving just how tough he is.
And every year, and Greg, we agree, Bane seems to get better and better as a playmaker.
Doesn't overdo anything with his passing. Looks more and more comfortable creating off the driving kick. He's become a large part of this offensive engine.
Now here's Powell. 6 points for him, and that one drops.
You have to keep connecting from there if you're Norman Powell. That jump shot continues to improve.
Outside Jackson. Pass to Wells. And the dunk by Wells.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
For the lead, James Harden with the rebound. Clippers have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Off target from outside.
Well, trying to find themselves in the second half here. Just 1 for 4 from the field. Can someone in the group get hot? Let's see.
Jackson kicks to Bane. Jackson a screen on Harden. Kennard the pass to Jackson. For the tie. Another shot. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Inside, and Kawhi Leonard is healthy, Doris. No one has a bigger effect on a game than this great two-way player.
There's no question, Kevin, because of his length and savvy on the defensive end. He can swallow up individual offensive matchups. He's that good defensively. And then you think to his transition on the offensive end from a player who was a standstill shooter to now who you can run your offense through.
That free throw missing.
Kawhi is known as a low-key guy, but don't let that fool you. He's as competitively tough as they come.
And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, with the Grizzlies' injuries last season, there was a lot put on Jaren Jackson Jr.'s plate. Coach Taylor Jenkins says he loves the challenge and the growth opportunity. Jackson said, you always work on everything. You work on your game because you love it. And if you get a chance to use it, great. Kevin, back to you.
And he's always working on his game. All right, David, we thank you for that report. Gets it to fall. The bucket from Bane.
Well, I absolutely love the way this guy has controlled the pace tonight. They've been able to play the style they want.
Harden the pass to Zubats. And here is Dunn. Got a hand on it. And here's Kennard. 5 points in the game. Here's Heaney, and he jams it with authority.
That pass had to be thrown not only in the right spot, but at the right time.
Clippers trail by 3. Here's Powell. 8 points for him. He takes it in. Pass to Zubats. To halt the run. And they convert it last on attempt number 3. Zubats has got 6 points. Here's Edey. And stolen by Dunn. High, arcing shot. He takes it up and lays it in. And the Clippers lead by 1.
Yeah, all the credit to Dunn, just turning on the Jets to beat everyone down the floor in transition.
Harden against Kennard. Jackson setting the pick here for Kennard. And the dunk by Jackson.
Luke Kennard showing off his playmaking skills. That's about vision and IQ.
And the timeout called here by Tyronn Lue. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Jones checked in for Los Angeles. Memphis also making some changes. Clark, he's checked in for Edey. Santi Aldama comes in for Wells. And it's Morant in for Bain. .141 left in the third quarter. Now here's Leonard. Defended by Aldama. It's tipped. Zubac. And the rejection by Jackson. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson. And Los Angeles with some changes. Amir Coffey's checked in for Leonard. And it's Bogdanovich in for Norman Powell. Pippen's checked in for Memphis. We've got 1:28 left to play in the third. Screen by Jones. Just 5 on the clock. And the Clippers miss again. Memphis leading. Here's Morant. Off on the layup. Outside Bogdanovich. Pass to Harden. Harden draws the double. Clippers moving the ball around. That ball. Nice feed that time from Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich has got 3 assists tonight. Morant against Bogdanovich. Here's Aldama. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Aldama's got 6. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Here's Harden. Second chance effort. Zubac no good. And Morant's got the ball here for the Memphis Grizzlies. They lead by 1. Pippen outside. Jackson a screen on Hart. Pippen misses. Bogdanovich against Morant. Bogdanovich dishes to Hart. Off target at the rim. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Grizzlies out in front, up by 1. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
He's got the size to survey over the top of the defense and find the open man. That was beautiful.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. So with Harden on the bench, here's who Tyronn Lue's going with. Leonard and Jones slot in at the small and power forward. Bogdanovich is out there with Dunn, and it's Simmons in at the center filling out the middle. We can expect a dramatic end to this one.
Yeah, no quit by either side, guys. Neither team willing to give any ground.
Makes it off the glass. And the Grizzlies lead by 1.
Yeah, I'm amazed at Morant's ability to take contact and still stay in full control.
Bogdanovich looking around, and Simmons slams it in.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
Bain with the bucket.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And Tyronn Lue calls timeout. He's clearly intent on wanting to lock in and make sure everyone's on the same page. Eubanks, he's checked in for Bogdanovic. And Memphis also making a switch. Kennard's checked in. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, during the last break, I heard Tyronn Lue talking with his team. Coach wants them to do a better job defending the perimeter. He said we're late on our rotations, and they're getting great looks because of it. We got to fight through it. We got to take away the three. We're good, guys.
Okay, David, much appreciated. Now here's Simmons. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
My goodness, defense was there, but Ben Simmons makes that finish look easy.
Memphis trailing here. Morant kicks to Bane. There's a screen by Aldama. Bane passes to Kennard. Down low, and then Clark slams it in.
Quick off the floor and powerful. Clark loves to attack that rim.
Simmons against Morant. Simmons looking it over. It's Clark with the rebound. The Grizzlies have gotten all three of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. There's a screen by Aldama. Shot from 12. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Leonard's got 4 rebounds in this game. Leonard full steam ahead.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight.
And it's Taylor Jenkins calling timeout here. He knows every possession is critical now. And Los Angeles with some changes. Zubac is checked in for Eubanks. Norman Powell comes in for Derek Jones. And it's Harden in for Simmons. Memphis also making some changes. Edey's checked in for Brandon Clark. Jackson comes in for Santi Aldama. And Wells is subbed in for John Morant. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Kennard against Harden. Jackson a screen on Harden. Kennard the pass to Jackson. And it's done penetrating. Tries again. And it's Zubac laying it in. And now it's a 3-point Clipper lead.
Wow, they needed a bucket and Zubac answers the call big time.
Kennard finds Bane. And stolen by Dunn. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Here's Powell. That's in, coming off an assist from Dunn. And the Clippers lead by 5. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for Los Angeles.
And they've shown great focus on the defensive end, putting constant pressure on the ball and really disruptive in terms of what they've done defensively.
Second chance points have also been a big part of what's happened in this game. Crashing the boards with authority, turning those opportunities into second chance points. Boy, big time on the offensive glass. Kawhi Leonard has been in so many big time situations. How confident is he right there?
Down against Bane. .136 left in the fourth quarter. Payne for 3. Wow, came this close to a 4-point play. He'll head to the line for 3 free throws. It's on Kawhi Leonard. Now here's Powell. Here's Leonard. Leonard cleaning it up.
We've seen this script before. Kawhi Leonard starts early and continues throughout the course of the night. Defense is in for a long haul.
Bane kicks to Kennard. And stolen by Dunn. Dunn sets a screen for Leonard. To the left wing. Pass to Harden. Fires away from outside. The Clippers keep it alive. And the dunk by Zubac.
You love to see Zubac get after it on the window. Use that size and strength.
Timeout called. The Grizzlies. They're behind by 9. Seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Buries the long-range jumper.
Luke Kennard says, pressure? What pressure? I can deliver right now.
And that's an intentional foul. So it's the Clippers now. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Leonard draws the double. Harden to pass to Leonard. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. And now we've got the intentional foul. First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's an 8-point game.
Not enough ticks left on the clock to save them tonight.
I'll tell you, it's never an easy point in the game, knowing whatever you do, you're still coming away with the L.
And he commits the intentional foul. It's the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And he is unable to get the second one. Wells passes to Kennard. Edey. No good with the triple. So the Clippers with the win. It was up for grabs right until the final seconds.
Yeah, and for me, Kevin, what stood out is just the overall trust this group has in one another when it matters most. Doing what had to be done and to send these fans home happy.
And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who's standing by with our player of the game. Take it away, David.
Thank you very much, Kawhi. How do you evaluate your team's progress at this point in the season?
We got to come out and just have the same mindset and energy every night. You know, that's the thing that we're working on, trying to be consistent at, and just knowing the game plan. And, you know, once we get that down and we start making our shots, it's going to be very hard to beat us.
And you're winning games in the meantime, man. Thanks. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. And now we present the player of the game, Kawhi Leonard.